We have been sold a lie that we need a linen closet. Before homes were built with smaller closets to store linens, people would store their extra sheets or extra linens in armoires or dressers, and then builders started putting in these smaller closets to store those things, and it's human nature. If we have the space, we will fill it. So over time, it just became normalized to have a bunch of extra blankets and sheets to fill up a linen closet with. But the truth is, we don't need a linen closet at all. Every house needs an extra set of sheets per bed, and then if you want, you can store in a couple extra blankets or quilts or throws for company, but you absolutely do not need an entire closet dedicated to linens. And once you accept that and make that switch, it's like this duh moment that happens, and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I think I needed this? As someone that lives minimal-ish and teaches people to do the same, you will have moments like that all over your house if you follow me, where I show you what was normalized, what should be normalized, and just kind of breaking those stereotypes in your mind of how you're supposed to live and manage your home. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. If you're joining me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, welcome everyone. This video is going to be the first in a series of just very basic things that you should know when caring for your home. So we're going back to basics, and in today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to properly make your bed. Now, when I say properly, I don't mean like we're pulling corners tight, all of those things. So properly is probably not the best term. This is just how to make your bed. We'll leave it there. So I'm going to take you through the tutorial of how to make your bed. I'm going to show you where we store our linens. I'm going to break down the textiles, the linens that I use, and just kind of like my thought process behind because if you followed me for any length of time, you know, like I switch out my bedding at least 4 times a year. So I'm always changing up the colors and the textures and the theme. If you want to see just kind of like the behind the scenes of how I make those decisions, that's what this episode is going to be about. Now, I'm going to do several videos in this Back to Basics series. So if there's anything specific that, you feel like you should have learned but didn't, drop it in the comments and I will cover that for you. This is a judgment-free zone. I wish we were all taught these things growing up or in school, but we weren't, and they are vital for living a happy, productive life. It sounds silly, like why is it vital to know how to properly make your bed? But it is vital, and I'll take you through why it is and the impact it has on your mental health in this video as well. So again, thank you for being here, and let's dive right in. Let's talk how to make your bed. For starters, every bed needs to breathe. So when you wake up in the morning, pull back the covers and leave your bed unmade until after you get ready for the day. That just allows your bedding to breathe. It's also a good idea to open the windows and turn on the fan during this time. It really freshens up your space. Now, once you're ready to walk out the door, then you'll make your bed. Once or twice a week, I will spray a little freshener in there just to make sure things don't get too musty smelling, and then I move on to making the bed. I'm not particular about my bed, and a lot of people hate on me for this, but I don't care if everything is pulled tight and there's no wrinkles. That's just not important to me. My way is just like a shortcut way of making the bed, so I just pull the covers up, I lay my pillows out, I straighten my duvet, then I'll throw on my decorative pillows, and that's really it. It takes no time at all. Now for the bedding I use, I always just use the same duvet insert. That way, when I'm switching out my bedding for the seasons, I'm only storing a duvet cover and not like a full comforter. And then in terms of bedding, you can do whatever you want. You can do a comforter, a quilt, a duvet. I like a down duvet insert because they make your bed look so fluffy. And then I just switch up the throw at the foot of the bed. I switch out my sheets. I put new pillow covers on my decorative pillows, and that's really all there is to it. If you're still with me, comment keep going and we'll move on to linens. Your bed linens can be as fancy or as plain as you want them to be. I get a lot of hate on how many pillows I put on my bed, but it's just always something that's been really important to me. I remember when I would go shopping with my mom at department stores, I would always go to the bedding section and look at the beds that were made up. They were just kind of breathtaking to me. I always had it in my mind that people that had their beds made up like this must be really successful, happy people. I don't know why. I have just always had that in my mind ever since I was a little kid. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? If you do, let me know in the comments which department stores you would go to and admire the bedding. And you know, the bed is the centerpiece of the bedroom. It's the focal point. So I always tell my followers, if they're stuck on cleaning a messy room or a messy area, start with the big stuff. And when you're cleaning your bedroom, one of the first things you should do is make your bed because it instantly transforms the look of your bedroom. Even if there's stuff on the floor, you don't notice it as much when your bed is made. Like I said, I switch out my bedding with the seasons so my bed doesn't look the same all year long. It's just fun for me. It's refreshing to switch things up. I really enjoy playing with textures and patterns and colors when it comes to my bed. So I will try to keep everything along the same color scheme, but I will deviate as far as I can within that color scheme. So, you know, for Christmas, I've got red and green going on. And when I make my bed, there's just two things I always do to add that kind of pop. And that would be my decorative pillows and then the throw at the foot of the bed. I feel like there's a lot of negative space when you put on your duvet. So by adding that throw at the bottom, it's just a little pop of different texture or different color, just something to give a little bit more interest to the bed itself. I know that sounds so bizarre when almost no one sees your bedroom, but for me, I just love it. It's like a blank canvas every day that I get to paint. Like I said earlier, you do not need a linen closet for your bedding. I tell all of my followers to get sheet organizers. You can buy them in like a 4-pack, but you keep your sheets in here, and then I just recommend keeping the organizer underneath your bed, and then that eliminates the need for a linen closet. Every bed in my house has a sheet organizer under the bed, and it just makes it so much easier. I will link my organizers and just all the stuff I use with my bed in the description, so check that out if you want to get these organizers and stuff. You decide what you do for linens. There's something about a made bed. It's your first win of the day. It makes you feel productive. It tricks your brain into believing you've accomplished something big. If you aren't someone that makes your bed, I encourage you to give it a shot and just see if it makes a difference in your day, your mood, your productivity. And if you've made it to the end, let me know if you liked this Back to Basics episode, and let me know if you're excited for more in this series. Like I said, comment some basic tasks around your house that no one ever taught you that you would like for me to do a deep dive on, and I will cover those for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you found this video helpful, please comment, like, and share it. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you again on Sunday.